Hey, what is going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, this your boy Town. So I decided to do a stream. Probably gonna do one more before I call it a night, but nevertheless, LeBron is the dude that he just gives us media people so much material, whether you agree with him or not, but he will give you something to talk about. So now LeBron continues to want the league to cater to him and make everything about him. LeBron James on his podcast with Steve Nash that I don't think really nobody is watching. I don't hardly hear anybody talk about his podcast with Steve Nash, but nevertheless, LeBron James believes that you know after the postseason that you should have a month off. Be excuse me, after the regular season, you should have at least a month off leading to the postseason so you can get prepared for the wear and tear that comes with playing in the postseason. So basically, LeBron James wants to go on vacation for a month, which is absurd. And this is why people are getting annoyed with the new generation of players. They come across as spoiled brats. They're making more money than ever. They complain about everything. They're showing a lot of, female tendencies. They don't want to play back-to-back games. Good grief. The league is almost bent over backwards to cater to them, They're trying to make a schedule for next year where there's not too many back-to-backs where they're playing every other day instead of playing back-to-backs. And they're still not happy. A month off? How about this, LeBron? How about you just retire if, you know, the postseason is taking that much of a toll? How about you just retire? I think a lot of people want you to retire anyway. You know, there's nothing else for you to prove. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You have a scoring record that I think nobody's going to break unless they play 25 years. And it's just to the point. It's just annoying with LeBron. Now his fanatics are gonna say, "Well, LeBron made it." No, no, no. You don't need a month off. I'll say this much: maybe with the finals, I would be okay if you before the finals started, you had at least 10 days off. And I think what would be interesting that the league should consider doing is having like some finals extravaganza, a fanfare like what they do with the NFL and the Super Bowl. But the problem is you don't know who's going. You don't know who's going to the finals until you know who's going to the finals. Where the NFL, the Super Bowl is played at a selected location. And keep in mind, I've been one of those guys that said maybe the NBA should consider playing the finals at a neutral location. Maybe they need to get rid of the home away game period. Find a select location. You know, you can play it in anywhere and have like a extravaganza leading up to the NBA finals. Have something for the fans, have something for the media. It's some ways you could retweak tweak the NBA finals to gain more fan interest. So I would be okay with that. If you had 2 weeks off before you play the finals, but to have a whole month off before you start the playoffs. So basically, you would be saying, okay, well, if you want a month off, first of all, the first and second and third round lasts pretty much a month anyway. So basically, you're saying extending the NBA season to possibly the middle of July. Mm, I don't know if people gonna go for that. I don't know if people gonna go for that. But because LeBron requested, it should be taken into consideration. I just think LeBron should just go away. Okay. LeBron will be going into his what? Let me see. LeBron will be going into his 23rd season next year. He has no plans on retiring. Like he's talking about the playoffs. Like, so are you sure you're gonna make the playoffs? So that's the thing with LeBron. This is why many people believe LeBron is holding the league hostage. LeBron has to understand he's not the face of the league anymore. He's the elder statesman. but he's not the face of the league anymore. That title belongs to various different people. And I like it. I feel like they should not have one designated guy that's the face of the NBA, just like they should not have one designated face of the NFL, which they don't. They market it around teams, the shield, and players. It's not just marketed around Patrick Mahomes. And the problem is, for far too long, LeBron James has been the face of the league. And I just think now they need to go a different direction. They need to make it about players, not a player. But that's just crazy for him to say that they should have a month off. Come on, LeBron. Knock it off, man. Come on, man. Knock it off, dude. You coming across as you know what I'm saying for real. You coming across as a spoiled and arrogant brat. And I hope Adam Silver wouldn't even take this into consideration. I hope Adam Silver would immediately shut that down because I just think that just sounds absurd. But I'm glad too many people ain't really talked about this because I think it should be dismissed. But I decided to talk about it because I just wanted to let it be known how ridiculous LeBron James sounds. So basically, you want the league to, extend the season pretty much to possibly the middle of July because you say so. Well, like I said, man, you sounding every bit of 40 years old. Once again, if you can't handle the wear and tear of the playoffs, then you know what your option is. Just retire and call it a day. I think people are sick of LeBron anyway. I know I'm sick of LeBron. I just wish the guy would just go away. He has nothing to prove. He has the MVPs. He has the final MVPs, regular season and finals MVP. He's the all-time scoring leader, over 40 points, over 40,000 points scored. Who's gonna catch that? He ain't sure to put some distance in between him and Kareem. So I mean, come on. Who's gonna play that amount of time to surpass LeBron James? I mean, he started playing when he was pretty much 17 years old, and they don't allow people to come out of high school no more. So you don't have to worry about that. I don't think nobody's going to touch it. So, with that being said, I just wanted to get that point across, but this is just getting absurd with LeBron. I just think he needs to pipe down, and I just think he needs to consider what he's going to do when his NBA career is over. That's all I have to say. This your boy Town. I'm out.